everybody, welcome to Big Oggie World, welcome to Big O, back in the Big Oggie World kitchen. Today I'm going to be making, another Scottish recipe. We're doing quite a few regional recipes at the moment. In England, well, we do bubble and squeak. In Ireland they do colcannon. In Scotland, certainly in the border area, they do rumbledethumps. I think it's called rumbledethumps, that one, okay, rumbledethumps. It is onions, potatoes, cabbage, cheese as well. We're going to fry off the onions and the cabbage. We're going to boil the potatoes, going to mash them up, mix it all together, add some cheese and pop it in the oven. It's going to be very lovely. Going to need to get started though. So in this pan behind me, taking a photograph in a second, in this pan is about just over a kilo of floury potatoes. King Edwards or Maris Pipers are great. Chop them up in normal sizes. We're going to boil them with plenty of salt water, bring them to a boil. They need to be cooked for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, need to get them soft, ready to make mash. Because they're floury, little tip I've got from when I used to live in Ireland is kind of get them most of the way there, but before they explode, because they do when you boil them too heavy, take most of the water out, or all the water out, put the lid back on, just leave them to steam for a while, and then they won't completely burst. Okay, so we're going to pop those on. Whilst those are bubbling away and getting themselves ready, we're going to fry off some onions. Okay, so all the ingredients will be listed below, as always. So just get yourself a knob of butter. There's about 100 grams of the whole thing, so 25 grams of butter in here will do. Get ourselves started. There we go. Now, in here I've got 2 onions which I've sliced, finely sliced, as you'll see when they fall apart, they've just been thin strands. Okay, you pop those in here, let's melt through. Now we're going to fry them slowly, allow the caramelization to take place a little bit until they're golden. So again, just take your time with this. Now you've got plenty of time, got to wait for the potatoes to do. So just relax, keep an eye on them, don't let them catch so they kind of go black like fried onions, but you want them golden and soft. So give us a few minutes and we'll come back. Oh, one quick thing whilst these are gently frying, add some salt and pepper, just season them. Okay. So in about 10 minutes or so for this, and we'll keep an eye on the potatoes. Now as you can see, these are slowly starting to soften up. It'll take quite a while. If you're worried that just the butter is not enough and it will start to burn, which it can do, add yourself just a little glug of olive oil. Not too much, just a tablespoon or so. There we go. And that should be fine. See when they're done. Okay, so the potatoes are gently bubbling away. These onions are now softened and starting to go a little golden, which is where we want them to be. We don't want to go to black crispy edge fried onions, we just want them to be golden, because they're going to cook a bit longer now. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add another chunk of butter. I know, another chunk of butter. Actually about 50 grams this time. Once that melts, and it won't take 2 seconds in here, we're going to add the cabbage. Now we've got Savoy cabbage. Now they do say they're supposed to be green, but right now they are what they are. Take off the worst leaves at the start, cut it in half, cut the core out, the triangle piece, you don't really want that, and just shred it finely. Okay, so I put this in water a while ago because obviously I'm filming, so I didn't want it to dry out, but this is about a half a cabbage. Now I will put measurements down below, but quite frankly, all cabbages are different sizes. Anything between 250 and probably 400 grams, depending on how much cabbage you want in your dish at the end. Looks a lot, but it will wilt down. Give it time. So it's going to scrunch this up a little bit. Oh, spill a bit, like I said, will be a lot in this pan anyway. Biggest pan you got, okay. May pop a lid on that for a while. Keep it on low and start wilting it. Come back to it, stir it, mix it up with the onions. As it wilts down, it'll get less and less, and you keep doing it. Whilst that's happening, soon we'll be able to make the mash. But let's get this cabbage all wilted, mixed with the onions, it'll be lovely. Add a little bit more salt and pepper. I'm going to wait for a second, just let us wilt down a bit. Keep the seasoning going, okay? Taste when you need to. If you like what you got, that's fine, leave it as it is. Come back in a minute. So like I said, this will start wilting down, it already is. I'm using tongs at the moment just so I can pick this up as opposed to a normal big spatula. Just incorporate those onions, obviously get them off the bottom a little bit. Get some of that butter to mix in with the cabbage, it'll soon wilt down. About 8 minutes or so probably for this. You want it partially cooked, but it doesn't have to be completely cooked, just wilt it down. The reason is, it's going to go in the oven in a while and bake, so mostly cooked would be good, okay? There we go, now it's getting softer, and I can start bringing the onions out. And put a lid back on. Almost there, it's steaming its own. I've got a little bit of water obviously from the putting it in water earlier. Let it steam down a little bit. It'll be fine. Come back in a while. So like I said, there's your potatoes. Just going to test them. They are nearly done, but I don't want to go too far. So just going to pour the water out of this, put it into a colander, put them back into the pan, close the lid. And there you go. So I can see they're starting to break up already. That was just from taking them out in the colander. So I can leave them in here for a couple of minutes just to finish off. Okay, so everything is prepared. Now we're going to make a build. First of all, get yourself an oven-proof dish. We're using this one, but any old size will do. Anything that fits what you've got. We may have too much here. And grease it with a bit more butter, okay? Pop your oven on. Heat your oven to 160 fan, 180 normal, gas mark 4. Get yourself some cheese, because you're going to need some cheese. This is grated cheese, grated cheddar, whichever strength you want, mature would be good. About, well, however much you like, we're putting about 150 grams on, okay? Now, there's my spuds. They've been steaming a little bit, and I've checked them to see if they're soft enough, and they are. So we're just going to mash these up. Now, don't know about you when you make mash, but normally, certainly in this house, we overload the butter. And some people will put a little bit of milk in, some people might put a bit of cream in, some people might put an egg in. You're not doing any of that, okay? You're going to put some butter in, but not a lot, because you don't want it to be super soft, smooth mash. So you want it to be, well, not lumpy. Lumpy would be wrong, but slightly drier than normal. We are putting a decent amount of butter in because that's what we do, but it wouldn't be as much as I would normally put in, honestly. So just mix this up, and then we'll do a build. The onions and the cabbage are here. They've wilted down lovely. I've turned that heat off now, so it's just sitting there waiting to be mixed into this once we make the mash. Bear with. So, to your potato, add your onions and your cabbage. I mean, it seems a sizable amount of potato, but when you think about it, there's an awful lot of cabbage and onions here. I'm not going to put all the liquid in. There's a tiny little bit of buttery juice at the bottom. We don't need that. Mix this together. Now obviously, if you want to be completely veggie, you don't need butter. You can use any kind of vegetable fat alternative really. And obviously when you're making your mash, the same kind of situation. The other thing is we're going to put cheese on, but again you can use a vegetarian alternative. So it actually makes a really good meal in itself. Although we're kind of using it as a bit of a side dish because in another recipe, which you may or may not have seen yet depending on how I put these out, I'm going to be doing a savoury mince beef with dumplings, little dumplings. So then this would work, it's kind of mash but better, mash but better. So just folding this through, oh, wildly. Then we're going to transfer this do the grease-proof dish. Put it in bits. Yeah, if you're brave enough and you're not on camera, you can probably try and pull this in one go. But what you don't want to do is have it flattened. So you don't want to put it in and then flatten it all out neat. You know when you do like sometimes a cottage pie, you put it all nice and smooth. Do it so that you end up with little bumpy bits. Because those bumpy bits will go crispy, they'll go gnarly, as a certain Jamie Oliver was often say. Some will go a bit black, but that kind of works. That's where you get that almost bubble and squeak issue going on. Actually, that is a pretty good sized dish. Nearly there. It's not one lot, John. There we go. So that's the whole lot. Just want to mix it up, but break it up as well. There we go. Mix it up, but break it up. Get yourself your grated cheddar. Sprinkle liberally all over. So pop it in the oven. About 20 minutes. Remember, this is all cooked. You're literally melting the cheese and crisping up the tops. And there you go. So I'll show you a picture at the end. But hey, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please make comments. You like all these kind of regional recipes I'm doing, the traditional recipes. Give this a go. Do you live in Scotland? Have you tried Rumbledethumps? Have you tried Rumbledethumps elsewhere? We've tried it from Sainsbury's, a little ready-made pack, which is not right. It's got like sweet and stuff in it. And it's kind of raw, not good. This is the way to do it with mashed potato, okay? That's about it for today. Pop over to our shop, take a look at that. It's called Big OGGIE Golf on Amazon because I've got 2 channels. But it's got all our recipes and all our stuff that we use on the channel, bits and pieces. If you want to purchase anything in that, please do. We might make a few pennies. Not making much at the moment, but anything will do. But I'll see you again very soon. This is going to be good. It's going to be a good one, this. Bye, everybody.